Shalom, shalom, real quick. I'm going to title this video, anyone that says that the mark of the beast is sin, they are effing stupid, 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 stupid. You got these two major camps that are teaching against the MOTB. Hey, Sakara, you need to get on these guys again. We need all the camps that believe that the MOTB is the fulfillment of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, to let these other, like I said, maybe the leadership sold out, so they have to teach that nonsense when they know they're going to be destroyed by fire on the day of the fulfillment of the end of the system, the Armageddon, whatever you want to call it, biblically. I understand that. You sold out, you had to do what you had to do. But the people that follow these guys, the scriptures say the simple believeth every word. What does it say in Romans 16, 17, and 18? And with fair words and fine speeches, deceive the heart of the simple. So I'm watching this all over again. What is the last prophecy before the destruction? Most camps don't teach this. This is the most important prophecy other than the actual destruction. And you can say it's just as important because it's a prophecy, and the kingdom of heaven, the destruction will not come. The destruction of Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, will not happen until this prophecy takes place. If this prophecy does not take place, neither will the destruction of Esau and the kingdom of heaven will take place. You have to be stupid to teach that. Sometimes people tell you things, and in your mind, your mind says that doesn't make any sense. That just don't make any sense. Now, this is what I did. I'm not going to make this long. I put in the word. Now, this guy said, matter of fact, let me do this. This is like the first couple of minutes. The brother in the t-shirt asked these guys from the IUIC, the mark of the beast. And the guy said, no, the mark of the beast is sin. He said, you got camps out there that are telling you that it's what we say it is, but that's not true. It is sin. So tell you that these people, what they do is they regurgitate the bullshit that they learn from their leaders. What I did was I took the word sin, right? Sin pops up 458 times out of almost 400 verses in the scriptures. Okay, I came across this one. All of them are good. Anytime you see the word sin, any 448 times you see it, that means the beast was there. The beast tapped somebody on the shoulder. So the beast was around when Jacob was around, Esau was around. Yeah, brother Esau was the beast. Oh, so Esau made Jacob sin. It says here, right? It says Genesis 31, verse 36. And Jacob, fucking stupid, man. And Jacob was wroth and chode with Laban. And Jacob answered and said unto Laban, what is my trespass? What did I do? What did I do wrong to thee? What is my sin that thou hast so hotly pursued after me? Well, the beast had to be. So you guys got to explain who the beast is. Is it some spirit that's floating around? I mean, I don't got to read anymore. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is a good one. Genesis 39, verse 9. There is none greater in this house than I, neither have kept back anything from me but thee. Now, this is the story of, let me click on this. Give me a sec. It says here, I said, let me click on it. I already know it is Joseph's success in Egypt, right? Joseph received a high position among the king of Egypt, right? Okay, 7th verse. Now the beast was here. The actual beast was lurking around. It says Genesis 39, verse 7, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife, which was the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand, my power. Joseph was basically the second in command under the Pharaoh. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, which is the Pharaoh's wife, because thou art his wife. How can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High? He didn't say against a woman, against the Most High. Against the Most High. He said wickedness and sin. So the beast was lurking around. You see how fucking stupid when you the water to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai for giving this to babes. The water Yahweh by Shem Yahushai for giving this to the poor, to the meek. Anybody in his right mind that's following IUIC, ISCBK, or any other camp, and they go into the MOTB, you know what I'm talking about, Revelation 13, 16, and they say the mark is sin, and you take it in, which is stupid ass, and then you go out and regurgitate that bullshit to other people. You're not a man of the Lord. You're not one of the elect. You're just a zombie that's listening to the zombie master. And you're regurgitating that weak ass bullshit, and I'm fucking pissed off. There's going to be a major shakeup in the near future. All the men in GMS are thinkers, man. They can think on their feet. If I say something crazy and bugged out like that, but I push you, you got to study the scriptures. Be like the Church of Berea, and you go along with it, then you really don't belong in Great Millstone. And Great Millstone is not important. It's about the Most High. That's just a name. That don't mean nothing. Ain't gonna be no Great Millstone in the kingdom. It's obvious that there's false prophets out there among the different Israelite groups. You got the Old Testament Hebrews, you got the Israelites, you got the Israelites over there in Demona, Israel. And what I found out is that they don't deal with the New Testament, they deal with the Old Testament, and they're pretty much waiting for the Messiah to come back the first time. They're looking for the first, when the Messiah comes. They don't know that the Messiah came over 2,000 years ago. Now, if I'm wrong, you can come in here and tell me. But if you don't believe in the New Testament, that's why we always speak about Abba. We put Abba Bivens in high esteem, because that man is Elijah coming back. And the elite know this, man. Even Vocab knows it, man. He wouldn't dedicate so much time to Abba Bivens. That's Elijah coming back. You other groups, you stem from the other commandment keepers, which dealt only in the Old Testament. And then the Old Testament Hebrews, they don't understand the prophecies in the Old Testament. I'm not going to the book of Revelation. We're going into we're going to the book of Daniel, we're going to Jeremiah, Isaiah. What do these mean? Guarantee you they're going to be lost. You can't come into this truth and be a dummy. You can learn a lot from a dummy. You can't come into this truth and be a dummy. You can't come into this truth and be a zombie. I mean, I'm pissed off at the level of simplicity, of the level of zombieism. So guess what? The beast just been around. He just been lurking everywhere. He been back in the garden. He just been lurking. You know what? Let me do this. The utter simplicity and stupidity of these people, man. I happen to have a brain that works. I think, I reason. If I was there and I heard that, and I might say, I don't know better. And I came across a GMS video, and I said, well, why is GMS? I would reason within myself, why is GMS teaching something contrary to what Bishop Nathaniel is teaching? And I'll probably watch more videos. I probably ask questions. I'll probably read it myself. The Revelation 13. I'll go into each word. See, we go into root words. The word mark in Revelation chapter 13 and other parts of the book of Revelation, when you go into the root word, it's the Greek word charagma. There's one other time in the scriptures where the term charagma is mentioned in the scriptures outside of the book of Revelation. It's in the book of Acts. And the Apostle Paul describes that thing. Well, you got to find it for yourself. Everyone in GMS already knows about it. It describes what that word mark, charagma, actually means. It describes it. Even the blue letter knows that that Revelation 13 is what we say it is. Even the blue letter, and they're Edomites. There's Edomites that know it. You know what these niggas say? Oh, they got it from Alex Jones. Then I had to come back and say, well, Alex Jones came on the scene in 1996. I've been knowing about this since the 70s, man. Even the end time teacher, I was watching one of the videos he sent me that he did. He was talking about us, GMS, and he's talking about Sakari. And he said I believe he said he was a 7-day Adventist, but he was a regular Christian. And he said even they know that the charagma is what it says it is in Revelation chapter 13. See, that's why a lot of these guys, I had a camp with over 50 men in the camp. All of them fell off. You know, the only ones that are left is Bishop Nathaniel and Apostle Gabar. Now, Apostle Ramlab was in another camp that me, Lahab, and Ariala had built up, that we left to Yashawan, which was one of the teachers, So he was living in that area. So he was under that camp. And then somehow he got with us. You know, he came into my circle. And when I mean my circle, I mean myself, Apostle Gabar, and Apostle Orion Lab. I mean, no, not Orion Lab, Apostle Ricard, excuse me. Then Orion Lab came later. Exodus 29, verse 14. But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung shall thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a what? A sin offering. So if the mark is a sin, you can always sacrifice an animal, right? You can always call on Jesus. How can you buy and sell something? How can you go into if the MOTB is sin, meaning breaking the law of the Most High? How can you go to a store and buy? Well, they say that the mark is already here. Sin is already here, right? It's been here since Genesis, since Adam. Eve and Adam sinned, right? When they partook of the tree, that was a sin. So the beast was there manipulating that shit. So here we are today. Oh, anytime in history, where did not the Israelites trade among other nations? Did not they trade among themselves? So how is they able to buy and sell among themselves if they all sinned at one time or another? Well, I guess you can because you sinned. But let's bring it up to date. Let's bring it up to date. Surely the MOTB is among us right now. It's sin, right? It's sin, right? Jake is sinning left and right. How do you go to a store and buy something? How does the clerk know that you have the MOTB, meaning sin? How does he know that you sin? Where do you ever see somebody cash out and the clerk says, what sin have you committed today? Oh, I committed the sin of adultery. I broke the Sabbath. Okay. So you can buy. You see how fucking stupid that shit sounds? You see how you brothers out, you brothers out there that came into GMS, you should thank the Almighty Father, the Most High, the supreme ruler of the universe, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, for leading you to the true truth, which are the men of GMS from the apostles on down. These other guys don't have. Now, not getting on Sakari, they believe that the mark of the beast is the charagma, and they teach it. How many other groups believe that? They're still questioning it, man. So the two major groups that are teaching the truth about the MOTB are number one, GMS, Great Millstone, and number two, the Sakari. So it's about time, Deacon Hakar, to get on there and do a video on the mark. We got to start pushing it, man. We got to start pushing it. Because this right here is, as they say, out of pocket, man. This shit don't make no sense. And then the guy says, there's camps out there that say it's the chip, but there ain't no scriptural proof on that. All you're doing is regurgitating what you learned at one of them classes, man. You don't question nothing. You don't have the spirit of the Church of Berea. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. The most important prophecy before the destruction and the setting up of the kingdom is a charagma. When that the MOTB. If that doesn't happen, we're not gonna be in the kingdom. If that doesn't happen, Esau is gonna still be in power. The only way Esau is going to be taken out of power and for us to be set up in the kingdom is the MOTB has to take place on a world scale. When I say world, I'm saying in the oikoumene sense, the whole planet Earth. It's not going to get everybody. We ain't going to take it. But it's going to get the majority of the people. And it's right around the corner. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.